So Christian is checking her phone. She has a very important shipment coming in today. And I'm seeing smiles, so...
Your shipment has been delivered.
Maybe you can't see that. It's been delivered. So we're going to go up to the office, go pick up this package. And you're going to see what it is, because it's pretty cool. Here it is.
Yes.
What is it?
Well...
What is it?
It is my Rad Power Bike. Let's get this thing down, baby.
Rad Power Bike.
Oh.
You got it, babe. You got it.
Okay.
All right, you ready to open this thing up?
Yes, let's do this. So admittedly, I am so excited that my husband had to retape this box, if you want to know the truth about it, because I already cut it, but I wasn't supposed to. So I'm going to cut this for you because I cannot wait to get this thing opened. Let me tell you that he retaped it because I could not help myself. Now I will tell you that this is the Rad Power Bike that I've probably been waiting like, I don't know, 3 years for. So the fact that I don't have it open now is kind of depressing to me. And I also can't open it right now. So hold on just a second. Ah, here we go. There we go. Look at that. It's opening right up.
So this was Christian's Christmas present that showed up late. To say that she's excited is kind of an understatement.
I'm so excited. I just need to get this thing charged up, okay? I need to go ride, and I need a full charge on this battery.
You realize the first charge is a full 72-hour charge, right?
No, it's not. It is not. Is it really?
I don't know. We're going to read the manual.
I don't want to be dramatic or
We're going to read the
anything.
manual like grown adults and then throw ourselves onto the ground.
I don't want to be dramatic or anything. But I really, really, really don't want a 72-hour charge.
Mom, I'll be dramatic with you.
Okay, go.
We'll be dramatic together. Forever.
So,
Admittedly,
if you were wondering why it was so hard for her to open this box, it's because she's using a can opener.
I just want this bike out, please. Someone help me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep trying with that can opener.
Someone help me.
Okay, so we're back in business. Show them what you're using now.
So you understand my confusion, right?
So she's actually using something with a blade on it now.
Oh, it's gonna be so much better. This is a deadlift at 150. I've been working out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! It's big! Honey, I'm stuck! I did it! Oh, I did it!
Good job, babe. You got those gains. Look at those biceps.
Look at that! So in order to ensure that this bike is put together correctly, I am having Nate go ahead and do all of the technical work. Not because I can't, but because I don't want to. That's why. This is the Rad Power Bike, and the reason that I chose Rad Power is because they are the originators of the e-bike, and so a lot of their just technicalities of the e-bike is just really top of the line. And I will tell you, Nate, how does it feel?
It's pretty slick. Like, it's a good looking bike.
It's nice, and you can customize it. I did some customizations, and I purchased the center console that will go in the middle. I also purchased the passenger kit, so the kids can actually ride on the back. I'll show you once it's done because it's all an upgrade. I'm really excited.
And more importantly, because Christian has zero patience, they actually ship these with the batteries conditioned and with somewhat of a charge. So it's ready to roll. We don't have to do like the whole conditioning charge to set it up.
Thank God, right? Thank God. That counts.
So okay, so we got it all put together.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out how to actually turn it on and use it. We've got more accessories to kind of put on there, but for now, I think Christian is like really amped to get going, so we're just gonna... Okay.
I know, I'm going, Dad.
Hey, we need to inflate those tires.
Okay.
What
are you doing?
Putting all the garbage somewhere so I can play with this box.
So you can what?
Play with this box. Really nice box.
Yeah, some things never change. Kids just like boxes, especially big ones.
There you go.
Is it recording?
Yeah. I don't want him getting too comfortable with my bike because it's mine. He's supposed to go the speed limit. Well.
Okay, that's super fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Did you get the chicken nuggets out? Are they burnt?
Nope.
Oh.
Why'd you forget about the nuggets in the oven? Little distracted?
I stay distracted.
How was it?
Is this
Okay.
love that I'm feeling? Could this be love?
So she went on a ride around the campground. How was it? Tell me about it.
It was actually awesome. We're at Thousand Trails Peace River, so I took it behind some of like the wilderness areas. It did pretty good. I will tell you, over the roots and stuff, it'll jog you.
Because she did not get the one with the front suspension.
Right.
It was what, $500 more?
It was $500 more, but it was also like the necessity for me isn't necessarily.
See, I think that's something that she'll regret in the future, but
Don't talk to me about regrets. I have no regrets with this.
okay, so we got a little excited yesterday. We got it assembled, took it for a ride, and just forgot to film. So I'm gonna go over some of the specs on this. This is the Rad Runner, not the Rad Runner Plus, just the Rad Runner. And we decided on this just based on cost, weight, and you know, being able to put it inside the RV. It's actually pretty snappy. Like, it's got some get up and go for an e-bike. I was kind of surprised, and for how heavy it is. Because this does weigh quite a bit. It does have some good acceleration on it, and I hear there's a way you can modify it to kind of get some more torque out of it, but I'm not going to do that just yet because we just got it. So this is a geared hub motor bike, and it's got a 750 watt motor in it. I honestly don't know how that compares to all of the other Rad Power bikes or other e-bikes on the market, but I can tell you it's got quite a bit of torque. The battery on this is a lithium ion 48 volt 14 amp hour battery. This battery and this motor together are rated, they say, up to 45 miles. That's a whole lot of miles to be doing on a bike. That's a lot. I would really like to put that to the test. That may be a later video, but that's getting out there on a bike that is really hard to pedal back all all on leg power. So, but if that's true, I mean, this is going to be perfect for getting groceries, leaving the campground and going in groceries, and not having to fire up the diesel truck just to do that. Or, you know, take the garbage to the dumpster. It doesn't make sense to fire up a diesel truck to do that. So we're going to put this thing through its paces. Now, we did get a bunch of accessories to go with it, just because it was Christian's Christmas present, but also, like, I didn't want to just get the basic kit and then just have her be uncomfortable. So we got the passenger kit right here. It's like this nice, like, faux leather. I mean, come on, that army green with this saddle leather look, that looks good. And with this, we got the matching seat, and then the matching faux leather handlebars. It just looks nice. It looks really nice. So another accessory that we got are these rider pegs. They flip up and down. Just a nice place to put your feet. And with those came this clear plexiglass shield, so that, you know, shoelaces and whatnot don't get caught up in those spokes, because that could be a bad day right there. And then, oh, we got this cargo carrier box. It's supposed to be weatherproof. I know there's holes in the bottom for draining if, I guess, water gets in, but this lid comes off, and I'll show you that. And then we got the front rack to go on there. And when you do the front rack, they do give you wired extension for the headlamp, because it puts a little extra distance between the handlebars and the lamp on there. So this is the step through cargo bin right here, and I mean, it's nice to have. I'm not thrilled about it, because you would think for the cost they would put something on a little bit more rugged, but basically it's got these like bungee straps on it, and the whole lid comes off completely. I'd say there's probably about 4.5-5 liters of storage in there. The lid goes on, got a little cup holder, which is nice. I already tested it out. It doesn't even fit a can of beer. So I don't know really what you're supposed to put in there. Maybe a bottle of water. I guess a bottle of water would fit in there. And then this is, we haven't taken off the protective film yet, but there's like it's a little grippy surface there to hold your phone. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take this off and show you that. If I can get this film off. Okay, so I'll tell you right now, this is the iPhone 10 with the OtterBox commuter case on it, and it barely fits in there. So if these phones start getting any bigger, I think you're gonna have a real hard time fitting any normal phone in there, but you know, this works for now. And then here's the control, the throttle control, or not the throttle control, because it's got a twist throttle over here. But I guess the command module, I guess you'd call it. So turn it on, warms up, and then so the pedal assist can be put into different modes. So it's just, that's going to give you the least amount of power as you pedal. And if you're pedaling at takeoff, you're going to be saving battery. But this thing, if it's giving you damn near 45 miles to a charge, I mean, I don't know how much battery you really need to save. But you can increase the amount of torque with the amount of pedaling. So that's kind of nice. And then it's got the battery monitor up here to kind of let you know the charge, and then little bell. Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to point out was with this cargo box is that so to latch this, you have to kind of wedge your finger between the frame of the bike and this cargo box to latch it. It is not great. That's kind of just like terrible placement in my opinion. I guess I would have rather put one offset to the side, or maybe two on each side. It just makes way more sense to me, but splitting hairs. But you know, for what we paid for it, I think this is it was $11.99 plus all the accessories. I mean, I feel like there could have been better thought. But it's still a pretty cool bike. Let's go for a ride. So the last thing I wanted to point out before we take off is it's got disc brakes, and they are super responsive. So that's a nice feature. Okay, so for the initial ride, I am going to well, we're just gonna cruise. We're gonna cruise, but I'm going to have the hyper smooth feature on here just so it's like a usable video, and then I'm gonna turn the anti-shake or the hyper smooth off so you can see what the actual ride is like, because the ride is a little stiff. This is the Rad Runner, so it doesn't have front or rear suspension. It's just a solid frame, so it's a stiff ride. But for, you know, campground roads and everything, it's gonna be fine. For doing anything off-road, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. But this is mostly a grocery getter. That's what this is. That's what this is, and that's what she wanted. So that's what we got. So power on, throttle. There we go. Woo! All right. Like I said, this thing is zippy. Yeah. It's actually a lot of fun. And you know what's nice is inside campgrounds, like, you're not firing up a motorcycle here, so you're not worried about bothering people with it. It's kind of scary to ride with one hand though. Okay, so now the hyper smooth is off, so you're gonna see how bumpy the lack of suspension is. Which really, on these paved roads, it's not terrible. But I'm gonna take you back to another part of the campground, which is like super bumpy. Okay, so here's kind of a moderate bumpy road. So kind of dirt, gravel, some puddles, really uneven, but you're gonna see how bumpy this is. And hopefully I don't wipe out, because I'm doing this with one hand. Yeah, like it's not terrible, but it's not comfortable either. I'm trying to hit some of the bumps here, so yeah, it's a pretty stiff ride. And so now we are on more, you know, like a real dirt trail. There's all kinds of like big roots on this trail, so you'll get a better idea. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this whole thing because it's gonna be really bumpy, but just to give you an idea of not having a full suspension on this bike, what that's gonna feel like. All right, with one hand too. And I gotta go kind of slow because there's people on this trail. So we've got, I don't know if you can see some roots there. I'll try and hit those, and then we'll make like a bump right up there. Oh. Yeah. That is really bumpy. And like not even doable with one hand. So probably gonna have to put this down. Now, just because I'm curious, I'm going to turn the hyper smooth on and just see what the camera does to all this shaking. Yeah, so all that, like, that's just not enjoyable to ride on with this bike. It's just not. Of course I'm gonna do it. I mean, it'll do it. It'll do it. It's got plenty of power to do it, but that's a bumpy ride. So, I mean, for what we bought it for, which is essentially just like tooling around the campground, stuff like that, this is actually going to be a really nice bike. And you know, on the roads here, it's really smooth as well. So I'm not worried about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this thing is fast. Like, holy smokes. Yeah, if I sound like I'm complaining about this, it's just because I'm doing a review, because it's actually a lot of fun. Like, a lot of fun. Not as much fun as the one wheel, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so the only other thing I want to say about this is that if the battery dies, which it shouldn't, given that kind of range, you should be able to charge that battery in between. But if the battery does die or something happens, that's a beast to pedal back. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy to pedal all, like, on leg power alone, but it can be done. It can be done, and it's still pretty smooth. But you're not pedaling this thing uphill. E-bikes are getting really, really popular among RVers just because it, you know, especially with motorhomes, it's just something where you don't have to like get the car out or anything just to get around the campground, because some of these campgrounds are big. So you may be walking 3/4 of a mile just to get to the office. So it's really nice that it's going to be very nice to have. And they're so popular. I see them on bike racks all over the campground. So I'm excited to have this, even though it's Christian's toy, but I get to play with it, right? So we got the bike. We really like the bike, but here's how we know if this is going to work. It has to fit in that space back there, because we got to keep it protected from the elements, keep it protected from being stolen. So we're going to keep it in this lockable garage, and it's kind of heavy, but we can do it every once in a while. So let's see if it fits. Okay, so it does fit. It's a tight fit, but it does fit. This may be all that goes back here now, but it does fit, so it works. Thanks for sticking around for the review. We'll be back next Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Give this video a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Kudos to me for not messing that one up. You got to check these things out. They're a lot of fun.